So what we're going to do today is we're going to capture as much of your information and capture the air quality, environmental justice concerns that each and every one of you has in your backyard.
Again, who are the lead? Andrew's group?
So we work on the environmental justice advisory
Maybe just give them a
council.
card. Do you have a card? Okay.
That makes it easier.
Do you have a grant?
Can I get one of your cards, Chief? Thank you.
This one old man, he's trying to figure out who this guy is, who he's from, why they're affiliated with the EPA, the environmentalist group, what he gets paid, and he is, and the group he's with gets paid by our tax dollars.
That they'll alert you. So I encourage my friends and have a lot of my parents to use that app on their phone because it will alert you that they're having the day would not be a good day to be outside with your kids. So we do have that. So I know that I would encourage my friends to use it.
Again, could we have your stake, Lee Andrews Group, in this whole thing? You said your card says that you're the vice president of community outreach, and
They're talking about clean, needing clean air is what this is supposed to be about.
business development. It would seem to me that community outreach and business development, unless community outreach just means propaganda, are antagonistic.
Well, not necessarily.
Now watch how these people react who think, that they're an authority figure and they got control, and if someone's trying to make sense to others of what's going on, they try to shut them up and shut them down. This is what tyrants do. Tyrants try to shut you down and keep you from speaking.
We can talk about that offline. I do want to just keep
No, right here. I'm here voluntarily, and so are a lot of these other people. You're getting paid. Okay, you're getting paid to speak for our QMD. I want to know what the relationship of your company that deals with the issues we're dealing with today.
So for now, I think you're really, unfortunately, interrupting our conversation.
No, you're refusing to answer my question.
No, I'm not. I would like to.
I'm Mark. I'm with South Coast.
He's just wondering how much he gets paid to do
I
this.
can't answer that. I don't know the answer to that.
What's his role? What did you hire this company to do?
Sir, we've hired them to help us plan environmental.
This other guy who's asking the questions is a taxpayer. They're being paid by money that comes from his taxes. He has the right to know how much this guy is being paid.
Justice workshops in the 4 counties.
Workshops.
Yes, and this is one of our workshops.
And what background do they have for air pollution science?
In air pollution science, that's not their role. Their role is not science. Our role is science.
Is to
Their
put
role
on
is
this
to help.
event. Their role is to just.
Sir, if you wanted to have a discussion with me and let them have their meeting, I can have a discussion with you. Okay? I don't want to interrupt what we're trying to do here.
Then back off, because we're having a discussion with this man here. I didn't ask you to come over to this table. You did. You did that on your own.
This is our event, and we're trying.
And if you don't want to discuss my question now, I'll discuss it with you afterwards, but right now we're dealing with this man.
And again, we're trying to get back to the core issue why we're all here for this.
They hate it. They just hate it when the truth is spoken. It shuts them up for a moment. And it peeves them. They get a little peeved over it.
Workshop to get information.
Well, I want to know why you're here. If you're just here, I have been to workshop after workshop after workshop. I'm 70 years old. All the stuff you presented now was stuff we presented to get EPA to create the EPA. There's no, particularly new information you're dropping on us. We all know about the health effects. There's been study after study. You refuse to bring the people who are actually doing the study. You brought in somebody who massages these events,
These jobs
so that
do that.
the real questions we want to bring up are pushed to the side, and we end up saying, "Oh, the people deserve more information." Okay, so be honest about it. You hired this company to come in here and run a public meeting that makes QMD look like they're doing their job. He has no information to bring us about air pollution, nor about real activities that the community can engage in, so that we have clean air again.
So, sir, thank you again for your comments, and you mentioned you have a lot of information, but all of the members of our community are unfortunately not on that same.
Lee Andrews, tell us who Lee Andrews Group is, and
We're here to provide information.
provide
to the
information
community
or run the
and to
workshop.
talk about what are some of the resources that are available. She mentioned that we just don't have enough information out in the community, and how can we work on better addressing that? So that's the question that we're discussing right now, not what is our role within AQMD outside of that. So I do want to bring it back to the table and just talk about what are some of the tools we started talking about next.
Yeah, it's just about, talking about it, but they don't want to expose why they're involved with the EPA. Even though they're not scientists, and they don't go out and study any of this stuff. They were just brought out to talk to them instead of the people who work for the EPA to come out and talk to these people and answer questions and give answers. These people were not hired to give real answers. They were not hired to give out real facts and what's really going on. They're there to tell the other people who are not as smart as this guy, which is most of the population, who's not as smart as this guy and doesn't know what's really going on. They've heard about dirty air and all this stuff, but they don't know what's really going on. But this guy knows what's going on, and they're trying everything they can to shut him down because he's smart, he's educated, and he knows what's going on.
So when we started talking about Facebook, Quiero Promotora Network, where
Yeah,
you
I'm
engage.
pretty sure that if there are funds that can be used for this to communicate this information, it's a good resource, because then we are able to get to the people of the community to provide this information.
What about community fairs or regularly held events where AQMD can have a table, talk and share and promote the different programs? I mean, we talked about the AQMD app up there. How many of you have heard of that before?
All I know is you're having an event today, and as we put down here, there's a lot of information out there that is new and apropos, and AQMD didn't invite any of those people here.
Thank you.
So don't tell us you're providing this information when you've actually put a barrier between Loma Linda University and UCR and Cornell and Earthwatch and all these groups that are actively involved in doing studies on ozone, etc.
And
So this didn't provide information.
so, sir.
Okay, so why should we trust your suggestions in other ways to provide information when it's obvious that QMD has put a barrier between
So
us
I've
and
been
the
very
information?
respectful of your time. I think we also want to provide that mutual respect to everyone that's in it.
The QMD is nothing but a wall in between the EPA and the people. Because the EPA knows there's going to be people like this guy that's going to get up and speak and going to ask questions that they're supposed to answer. Well, if we put these other dumb idiots in here who don't know anything and just tell them what to say and to please the ones that are still asleep in their minds, and still not quite awake, to tell them what they want to hear and appease them and be a buffer, That's all these people are. They're nothing but a buffer wall.
Attendance here today, because there's tools available that everyone.
Mutual respect, means I'm transparent about where I'm at, but you won't be transparent about where.
Now there's another tyrant who shows up because she's hearing and seeing what's going on to eventually start trying to shut this man down because he's trying to get the facts out that they don't have. They didn't come there with facts.
You're at.
Sir, everyone is not aware of all the tools that are available that AQMD can provide and how collectively we all can work as partners to start improving their project. So we started talking about the app. That's one avenue. The Promotora program, whether or not there's resources for that, that's something that we can bring back to AQMD. Social media streams and those avenues are another one. Anything else besides events that you've identified, or any other programs that you've heard of from AQMD? We talked about all the mobile sources of pollution, but how many of you have heard of the Replace Your Right program? So on the screen, when Fabian was speaking, she mentioned that there's a clean air vehicle that's up there that we can start replacing more and more in our collective communities, then our overall air quality will start improving. So
What's the plan to deal with those batteries?
Leland,
Is that also?
excuse me,
You know, they-
See, they don't have the facts that he needs to know. They don't have the answers to the real questions that a whole lot of other people don't have questions like this guy has. You know, they don't know how to question because they're not educated enough. Not to say that they're stupid. They're just ignorant of what's going on, you know, and this guy is not.
blow up.
Leland, you keep interrupting him. He can't talk if you keep interrupting him.
I came here to talk. He
Okay,
came here to
no,
listen.
no.
You guys came here to
No.
listen.
Yeah, this was a discussion between the people and these guys. You know, or there's just something there that I'm not understanding.
No. So this is a give and take situation. If you keep talking and interrupting them, these folks here and here, they can't talk.
See, you're supposed to sit down, shut up, don't ask questions, you know. But this other guy's doing nothing but speaking a little bit and then asking questions. You know, what do you want? You know, what do you think? How do you feel? And they listen to them, but then they really don't take in anything. They're just there to appease people and make people think that they made a difference.
So you got to give them opportunity to talk too. I hear you, and you've been wrong.
I hear you. You know, talking at high pitch. Let's not get loud. You know, let's just all conform and just be quiet and listen to him and answer his questions. You know, we really don't want people like you asking questions that we have nothing to know about. We know nothing about.
You have a lot of interesting things to say, and we appreciate that. But you got to give other folks a chance to talk too. If you do all the talking, then they've wasted their time coming here.
Is that true? Am I cutting people off? Because I'll be quiet.
I think
patient.
you got
Why?
them intimidated into saying anything. I mean, they're all
I
sitting
don't
there
think
kind
I'll
of
do
quiet.
See, sitting there trying to make him look like the bad guy. You know, to try to get these other people on their side. You know, this guy's the bad guy. He's asking the sensible questions. You know, he's asking the right questions that most of these people in here would not ask.
The person I've been trying to intimidate is this man
And
here
why
who
would you
won't give
try
us
to
the truth about
intimidate
his
him?
relationship to QMD.
He is a contractor.
Yeah, what is he contracted to do?
He does That's none of your business, actually.
That's right.
That's
It isn't.
It's really
Excuse
none of your
me,
business. It's really, it's
QMB,
not.
doesn't that work on tax money?
Are
It
you
is absolutely.
Are you deliberately trying to?
See, trying to change it. She knew. She knows. It's paid by their money, their tax-paying money. So he has a right to ask these questions. See, shut up. When it comes down to it, she would have him thrown out there by the cops.
Derail what we're doing
No,
here.
I'm telling
Because
you, when you're pissing on my back and telling
in
me
this
it's rain, it ain't rain.
In this talking, you've been talking for 10 minutes and they haven't been able to say a thing. So now, yeah, you.
I don't know, you weren't there, but
wasted-
I listened to everyone
You
when they
wasted
spoke,
their
and I kept
time.
my mouth shut when they were speaking.
So, okay, so where are we now, Ricardo?
So we're on the third question. We're trying to finalize ways where the community can further collaborate with AQMD and vice versa, and identifying the tools that AQMD also has to provide to the community to get information out.
So in his defense, I think he's very passionate. Passion is good.
Good, I get that.
And so he's basically just saying that maybe these cars that you're giving away with tax dollars, maybe that's not the best solution. He's just talking about the batteries, which is it's
Well, we
just
have to try all
discussion.
solutions until we finally get it right.
So
So I think,
So yeah, I'd
next
be
year-
interested to hear more about this program with these cars. Is that tax funded, the free cars?
It's incentive, and didn't you want to explain the Replace Your Ride program?
Well, the Replace Your Ride program is an opportunity for low-income residents to purchase a cleaner burning fuel vehicle.
And this thing ended too early. I don't know why he ended it so early. But that's one thing, Americans who are fed up. Now this is a different type of meeting. This guy, he's a Democrat. And he's gay. And then watch what happens to him. I'm having problems with my computer. It's already downloaded some, but it's acting like it's downloading. It'll play. Just gotta give it a minute. Or not a minute, Crap.
I want this for the record. My name is Adolfo Juarez. I am an openly gay community activist here in the South Los Angeles community. Cudahy residents had contacted me and showed me documents, and I began investigating some of the financials in the city of Cudahy. I see the Cudahy Council has violated Brown Act by not allowing constituents to address or criticize the actions and decisions made on behalf of Council of the residents of Cudahy. Not to mention, Council does not follow the 72-hour law by the Ralph and Brown Act to properly post agendas items. Furthermore, in 2013, the city of Cudahy had $8 million in reserve, and that there's only under $1 million in reserves. The city of Cudahy is almost on the verge of bankruptcy, and council votes on agendas items that jeopardize the hardworking class of Cudahy. Council has voted on raising recreational fees, fees, parking citation fees, and now they want to raise the partial tax fees. Once again, this money is coming from hardworking residents. And mind you, I am a Democrat. And look at me when I'm talking to you, Garcia and Hernandez. Once again, this money is coming from hardworking residents. There is a lot of questionable actions on federal violation of the city of Cudahy
And those two Mexicans, that's what they are. They're Mexicans. They're not for America. They don't care to hear from people, even if they're a Democrat and knows what's right and knows what's wrong. What's wrong is right, what's right is wrong now. And the American people are getting fed up with this.
Doing, in which I cannot mention all in just 2 minutes, or I will be considered a disruptive and risk being arrested and receiving a misdemeanor. The residents of Cudahy wants to know, Why does the city manager get paid more than the governor of California? Why does your city council trying to get paid $800 per meeting when the city Cudahy is on the verge of bankruptcy that can have interest opportunities for people in college? Why does Cudahy have a life contract with everything that is automatically renewed every 10 years? Automatically renewed. Why does Congresswoman Lucille Royale's son is Cudahy city attorney and charges the city $500,000 annually for their legal fees within the city is the first amount? Also, a private company is using the Cudahy city logo on prepaid credit card and targeting the immigrants. This is a private company that isn't allowed and you're breaking the law. You are breaking the law and
The American people in there saying keep talking, but they do not listen to the American people. And watch what these people do who are paid, and controlled by the people who are in our government. They're not controlled by the American people who pay the taxes that goes into their paycheck that they get from the government. Do what you're told, do what we say, or you don't get a paycheck, you don't get a pension, you just get fired. What's sad is their job is more important because they love being an authority figure, a cop, over the people. That they're to serve and that they're being paid to serve and protect. And they're not doing that. They're protecting themselves and the people in government.
Martinez, Sanchez, and Hernandez. You will be recalled.
You only need one cop. He's not violent. And look at all these cops just ganging up on him like a gang. That's what they are. They're nothing but a gang. Government mobsters. Government paid mobsters is all they are. This is why people don't like cops. They're not backing we the people.
This is a disgrace for all the millennials, all the Democrats, and the people that are already gay that are defending the rights of the constituents here in the community. This is not fair. I will not be silent. I will recall you and serve you the papers.
See, this is wrong. Thrown out just because your time is up. Shut up, or we'll throw you out and have you arrested, and you have a charge on you. For the rest of your life. We are the man. You're nothing but a peon, pissant. That's what you are. People who bow down and everything and do what they say are nothing but peons and pissants. Cowards. Who are okay with becoming a slave.
I have to wait 6 months for you guys to see us, but I will come for you.
Yes. Yes, thank you. This video is of a meeting that was set up in America and it is to be all spoken in Spanish. And anyone who has any real questions has to write, anyone that has any questions has to write it down on paper, and then those papers are gathered up, and then they go through them and see which questions are to be heard, and to be answered, and all the others are not to be.
and then look at who they bring up to get everybody to calm down, quiet down, that people will listen to or have to listen to, like slaves. This is what it's like to be a slave to government mobsters.
So we are
Blue ISIS. That's what they are.
here to see Congressman Luis Gutierrez. We've been informed that the entire talk will be only in Spanish, which tells the audience that they are expecting today, and we are not allowed to ask a real question. That's what's going on here right now at USC. Congressman Luis Gutierrez is going to talk only in Spanish, and he will not allow us to ask real questions. You have to use this little yellow paper that you see right here, that you fill it out, and then they choose if it's a good enough question for him, so you're not allowed to stand up and ask him a real question.
Yeah, this is to be able to shut down people who have real questions to ask that would make others think and start to question what's going on. They don't want that. USA. America is an English-speaking country. All meetings should be held in English, period, in America. Don't give a damn who you are. USA! If there's all these people at these meetings that do not know Spanish, don't know how to speak it, don't know how to understand it, they should be able to know what's being talked about, what's being said. This is America, not Mexico.
USA! 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 USA!
Keep going.
USA! Don't stop! Don't stop! USA!
Now this goes on for minutes, you know, but I'm going to pull it up to the top, to the mobster, the Blue ISIS that has to come up and shut everybody up.
Good morning, everyone. At this point, I would like everybody to please remain quiet just for a minute and allow me to speak to the entire group that's here. This is a permitted event that USC supports and wants to allow. While doing so, we also recognize everyone's right to freedom of expression and free speech, and by no means do we want to restrict and limit that. Having said that, this group And this meeting.
Well, that is a lie. By making it an all Spanish speaking meeting, the people that can't understand Spanish and don't know what they're talking about can't speak. They can't hear and understand what they're saying. So therefore, their speech is being shut down. Shut up to the white Americans and other Americans that can speak English and don't know a thing of Spanish. So the real questions and the real truth can't get out for other people to end up changing their minds about what's going on.
And specifically, Congressman Gutierrez has the right to make the presentation that they were here to make. Now, having said that, we respect and are here to help facilitate others to be able to speak their mind as well. However, university policy and California law does not allow for the disruption of such meetings, because you could be in violation of the law and you could be asked to leave. And we don't want to see that happen for anyone. We want to allow you to speak your mind, but then this meeting has to continue. And hopefully everybody can understand that and respect that, and this can go forward and both sides get to express themselves. That is the position that we have. We have enough law enforcement here to deal with this if we have to. We don't want it to go there. So please allow.
See, there's enough of us mobsters, us blue asses, to come up here and take all you down. And take you to jail. So shut up, do what you're told by your bosses, and be a good little slave, and let them speak. We're not here to protect and serve the American people anymore. We're here to protect and serve the illegals. The people that come here and start shit, because this is what they're doing. This whole thing is all about starting shit and getting Americans arrested and having charges put on them, and having them labeled as a criminal now.
Allow this meeting to continue. You will be given a chance to speak, and we'll move on from there.
Thank you so much. So let's begin. Vamos a comenzar.
Es más de 5 millones de los 11 millones vienen de Polonia, de Irlanda, vienen de Canadá, vienen de Inglaterra, vienen de países a través del mundo. ¿Y no le parece curioso que nunca se habla de esas fronteras?
Yeah, after he was done speaking, it was time to get out. I done said my speech, even though some of the people in there couldn't understand a word they were saying. And they weren't allowed to ask any questions. So their free speech was shut down.
Preguntas que ellos van a poder contestar en nuestra comunidad. Comenzando con Daniel.
Where you going, Luis?
Y después vamos a ir a
Yeah, he has nothing to say to the American people. This guy, he's a bad person. Luis Gutierrez. He's a Democrat. Democrats are evil. They're not for America. They're not for legal. They're not for anything legal. They're pro-illegal. Anything that's illegal, they're for. Democrats are not for freedom. They're not for protection. They're not for real safety. They're for illegals. And this ain't just about illegal Mexicans. This was made to be about illegal Mexicans. No, there's more people in this country than Mexicans that are here illegally. You know, there's a lot of Japanese women who come here illegally to have their babies, or Chinese women, one of them, Japanese or Chinese, to have their babies here. They came here pregnant so they can have their babies here and be able to stay. And that's illegal. We have a law against that. They cannot do that. The whole family has to be sent back, the mom and the kids. And if they have too many kids, and their government decides to kill however many of the youngest because they're only supposed to have 2 kids each, 2 kids per household, that's the way it is. That's just their country. We have nothing to do with that. But yeah, this is what's going on. People are getting fed up. They were hollering USA for quite a long time, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, when they started the meeting, because this ain't about them. This is about America and the Americans that live here. They come here illegally. If Mexico's not so bad, when they say Mexico ain't bad, then why did they leave Mexico and come here illegally? And this is Nathan Ball with Rebel Studio. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Y'all take care.